All right, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, the Catch fam? Hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight. It's beautiful Sunday. Hope everyone has had a great weekend. You guys already know what time it is, baby. Another live 2022 fantasy football mock draft with you guys, with the Catch fam. Stoked as ever to hop into this with you guys tonight. We need one more person to join so we can get a true 12-man draft going. So I'm going to send the link here on YouTube. It's also posted on Discord for those of you who are members of our Discord page. And if you're not, and you want to draft tonight, Discord links in the description down below. So yeah, you guys know what to do, baby. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, come join the Catch fam on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how everyone's doing. Excited to get into this tonight. All right. So I'm going to try and give this about 10 minutes or so. Let everyone get a chance to hop in here. And hopefully we can get spot 9 filled. If not, we'll just roll through with a computer auto pick. Shouldn't make things too dishonest. Usually the computer picks are pretty spot on for the most part. So we should be able to get a good mock draft going either way. So we'll start the mock draft right at 8:10 p.m. I'll go ahead and set the draft order as well. Oh, did we get it filled? Oh no, empty. Okay. All right, so now it's still available at spot 6. Spencer with pick 1. How you feeling about that, Spence? All right, let's see. Andrea, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. What's going on? And yeah, no real drastic NFL news. Anything that I saw today? Melvin Ingram signed to the Dolphins. Interesting update there. I thought he played pretty well in terms of a veteran pass rusher for the Chiefs last year. And it did kind of surprise me that it took so long for Ingram to get signed, because I thought he had a good year last year and was a nice addition to that kind of second half push for that Chiefs defense that year after year kind of feels like the Chiefs always need that push towards the end of the year defensively. So it's a nice signing for the Dolphins. It will be interesting to see with the major shift at head coach for Miami. Brian Flores, a very defensive-minded head coach. It'll be interesting to see how that shift comes along with McDaniels coming from the San Francisco 49ers and a offensive guru of that Kyle Shanahan Sean McVay branch, so to speak. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, and that's really all I saw. We've got Drew Brees no longer going to be a football commentator, NFL commentator, after just 1 year. So he did make an Instagram post talking about like 20 things that he might do. One of them was he might play football. So that's going to be a fun offseason rumor to see, what Drew Brees, ends up doing. But I don't think he's going to play football. I don't. But if he does, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, Spencer in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? You got the first pick. Let's go. Senior Cinnabon. Hey, how's it going, man? What's going on? Appreciate you being here. All right, so like I said, we'll kick off right at 10:10. So make sure you guys are ready. Get your draft fingers ready. Get your keyboards ready. Get your mouses ready. Your phones ready. Whatever you need. We got about 5 minutes or so till we kick off. And if you guys are in here and you want to draft, we still have one open team. We may end up going with a computer team tonight. I think once I start the draft, it fills that spot, and I can't let anyone in, which kind of stinks. But either way, Spence, I've been slaving away in Excel this past week. That sounds awful. Excel can be a little not so fun, but you tell me, man. You tell me. I guess for some people it can be fun. I had to take a class, where you go through every Microsoft application, and Excel is not the funnest one. So yeah, Melvin Ingram, Drew Brees. Nothing crazy happening. Uh, we had some reports from minicamp. Or is it even? It's not minicamp yet. It's just like voluntary workouts and everything. So rookies getting on the field. Apparently, Alec Pierce, the Indianapolis Colts, making some plays. I'm sure you guys heard Treylon Burks came off the field his first practice, feeling a little out of shape, so to speak. But I think he's okay, ultimately. I think he'll be just fine. So I do wonder if the Treylon Burks coming off the field in his first practice story will kind of turn into an off-season story, just like, I do think last season you had Jamar Chase not being able to catch the football was maybe a more concerning story and a story that really blew up, and he really slid off of fantasy draft boards. And don't get me wrong, like that's different, in the sense that we were seeing that in preseason games. You know what I mean? So it's completely different, right? But I was kind of thinking about that last season with, like what other rookies had something happen before the, fantasy drafts were really going on that made us scared to draft that rookie. And definitely Jamar Chase last season, and that blew up in a lot of people's faces. So I was kind of thinking about that with Treylon Burks. How fleshed out does this story get, and if anything else, happens throughout the off season. It's fun for the media to speculate on that stuff, and how often does that turn into us not, our fantasy managers being scared of drafting Treylon Burks. So we'll see. All right, so looks like after the review had to pop out, I'll give this till 10-10, but if these two spots don't get filled, then we'll just turn this into a 10-man draft. Derek in the building, what's going on, man? What's going on? Appreciate you being here tonight. Yeah, if we don't get these filled, we'll just turn it into a 10-man draft, and we'll run with the 10-man mock tonight. Let's see, Spence. Luckily, I'm good at Excel, so I can use a bunch of shortcuts. Yeah, that's definitely going to be helpful. All right, guys. Let me know how everyone's weekend was. Let me know how everyone is doing. Should I go ahead and just pull the trigger and make it a 10-man draft? Let's do it. If anyone wants to hop in, we can easily turn it back to a 12-man draft. Oh, you know what? See, the problem is if I turn into a 10-man draft, it'll take Kelvion and Andrea out, is the way it does it. And it's not like you guys can change your draft settings. See, if I change it to a 10-man, yeah, it takes Andrea and Kelvion out, which we don't want. So what I could do is I could slide Kelvion and Andrea to 6 and 7, if everyone thinks that's fair. Or Spencer says move everyone after 6 and 7 up 2. You mean like back 2? All right, I'm changing the draft settings. No one get mad. Yeah, that's probably the fairest way to do it, is just move everyone back. Wow, I'm getting like a ton of updates as I do this. Okay, that's how we're rolling. Everyone evaluate your new spots. So we're at 10-man draft tonight. Yeah, so that's basically no different. Same order. Everyone's here. And, okay. We'll kick off at 10-10. So get your fingers ready. Get your draft brains on. And let's do it. I'm going to try and send out one message on Discord real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Jerry, who's not in here yet. Derek's in here. Smokey, where's Smokey at? Smokey the cat. I saw Justin in here. I've seen Kelvion, Senior Cinnabon. So I'll just send this out to Jerry and Smokey. All right. We're kicking off, baby. It's 10-10. Kelvion, what's up, man? Spencer. Anyone who plays bets for the first pick will be. Justin's here. Derek's here. Andrew's here. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're ready to go. Even if you're not, we're starting. All right. Let's go. The draft has begun. Let me turn off the noise. Take your time, Spencer. Okay, never mind. It's a tough pick. So if Jerry's a minute or two late, I wonder who Jerry would pick here. I feel like he'd either go Derrick Henry or Cooper Kupp at 2. There's Jerry. I knew he'd make it. Jump between Sleeper app and YouTube. Oh, you're jumping between. You're straight, man. You're straight. No worries. No worries at all. All right, 10-man draft. This should be fun. Should be fun. We usually do 12-man when we have our subscriber mocks, but 10-man is fun. See, I knew Jerry would pick Derrick or Kupp. I knew it. I knew it. All right, Derrick on the board here. So we got 2 running backs to start this thing. I might pick 5. Pick 5 is kind of interesting. Jerry, what's up, baby? What's up? I was trying to figure out who I was going to draft for you. If you were a minute or two late there. And I said Henry or Kupp, so, you know, I was close. Now for Smokey. For Smokey, I feel like it'd be Najee Harris. Being that he is a strong Steelers fan. But I could also see him going Kupp. I was about to say, I think Derek might pick Cooper Kupp. And he did go Kupp. Jerry says, let's go Boston. Spencer, ooh, gotta wait a day before I can type that, Jerry. A little bit of a nice banter between Jerry and Spencer on Discord in regards to the NBA playoffs tonight. So, all in good fun, right? All right, so if Smokey is a minute or two late here, I'm going to give him Najee Harris in honor of his, well, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll just go CPU. I don't know. I don't want to do anything unfair. But, because if Eckler, honestly, I would probably go Eckler or Najee Harris at 5. So I feel like either way, this could look biased for me. So you guys let me know. Should I do CPU or should I go Najee Harris? I mean, they got Najee at 10. They got Cook at 3. Jerry says, I think you go Najee. I agree. I mean, we've seen him pick Najee number 1 before, right? Or number 2. All right, I'll let it go down. Derek says Harris. All right, we got 2 votes for Harris, so we're going to give him Harris. And hopefully he can hop in here. All right. I'll go Austin Eckler here. Go running back. Jay Speezy on the board. Let's see. Celtics really do need to win now for my bets to stay positive numbers in playoffs. I hope they do. Hey, by the way, Spence, we got to figure out what night we're going to do some underdog drafts together. I'm excited for that. Jerry, John, I have a job interview on Tuesday. I'm nervous about it. Where are you interviewing? And don't be nervous. Just be yourself. Cool, calm, and collected. Be yourself, my dude. You'll be fine. CMC off the board. Whoa. Having trouble speaking. Off the board at pick 6 tonight. Claiborne on the clock at pick 7. I love that profile picture. Got some Star Wars action in here. Jerry, it's this pretty small theater in a busy downtown area. I don't know if that describes it well. So kind of like a small local type theater. I mean, that sounds cool. It'll be fine, man. Are you kidding me? It'll be fine. Friday will work for me. I'm off school and work by that point. All right, bet. Friday is underdog night. All right, Claiborne goes Jamar Chase at pick 7. I like it. We got 2 receivers off the board in the first round and 6 running backs. Dalvin Cook falling to pick 8, so to speak, depending on what platform you guys are drafting through. You'll see Dalvin Cook anywhere ranked from number 3 to number 10. I mean, he's all over the place. Smokey says, sorry I'm late. Thanks for taking Najee. Okay, I'm glad you're happy with that pick because we had some debate about it. But most people here were in agreement that you would want Najee. So Look, I'm getting to know you guys pretty damn well at this point. All right, Joe Mixon off the board at 9. I love that pick. Justin Jefferson going to pick 10. Andrea, and she has got the first selection of the second round. JJ just so, I mean, if you've got pick, I mean, anything past pick 7 and Justin Jefferson's available, I think he's just so hard to pass up. Andrea going double receiver to start tonight's draft. Justin Jefferson and Davante Adams, an absolutely filthy combination. Jerry, I'm on vacay from Wednesday through Saturday, so I probably won't be active in the stream, but definitely on Discord. All right, no worries, Bursky. No worries. Where are you going for vacation? Justin says we know Smokey the Cat. That's right. All right, Kelvion goes Alvin Kamara in the second round. Senior Cinnabon goes DeAndre Swift. 2 double running back teams there. I like it. Claiborne's on the clock. We'll see what happens. Andrea says, I'm trying it. Yeah, a little bit different from your typical strategy, but that's exactly what these mock drafts are for, right? So I like it. All right, I got to think about who I'm going to pick here at 2.6. I feel like this is a little bit different than it usually is. So Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, both available. Got some stud receivers. Debo's hanging around. Nick Chubb, A.J. Brown. Got some tight ends, QBs, of course, still hanging around. So we'll see what happens here. Plenty of good players on the board. I don't know where I'm going to go. It's going to depend on these next 2 picks because it's going to be hard if Stephon Diggs is hanging around. I'll tell you that much. There goes CeeDee Lamb. I like that selection as well. Double receiver for Claiborne tonight. Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb. I think you get a lot of consistency out of CeeDee Lamb. Tons of upside in Jamar Chase, but also tons of consistency at the same time. So love that stack there as well. Double receiver for both Andrea and Claiborne to start tonight. Jerry, Big Bear, it's this pretty small town on top of this mountain. Nice, man. I'm actually going on a mini vacation with the wife and baby next Sunday. Or I guess it'd be this Sunday. Yeah, through Wednesday. So I might take a night or 2 off streaming. I haven't decided yet. But chances are I'll probably have to be awake anyway. So we'll see. We'll see what the setup's like there. But worst case scenario, I'll have some upload videos for you guys put out. So yeah, I'm doing a little weekend into the week getaway with the wife and baby. So I'm excited, man. Jay Speezy taking it down to the last second. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of good players right now. Stephon Diggs, yeah, I mean, like, really hard for me to pass on Diggs if he's available at 2.6, even in a 10-man draft, you know? Ooh, this is tough. There's still a lot of really good players. I mean, Tyreek Hill, tons of upside at the receiver position. Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews get a bona fide tight end. Don't worry about it for the rest of the draft. Debo's hanging around. A.J. Brown, Josh Allen. Plenty of running backs. Nick Chubb, Saquon, Zeke. I mean, tons of running backs hanging around too. I'm going to go tight end tonight. I'm going to go tight end early in the 10-man mock. Give me Travis Kelce. Give me the Kelsinator. Let's see. Derek, that is great, bro. Enjoy your trip. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I will enjoy it. And we're going to the beach the end of August. I'm excited for the beach this year, too. Going to the beach literally right before the first week of the season starting. So that's going to be a little crazy because it's going to be hard for me to not want to pump out a ton of content and do a ton of streams. But I also will have to find some sort of balance there as well. Let's see. You should take a trip with the baby to Vegas, get some experience early. Maybe, man. I mean, hey, watching the NFL draft, like that plaza looks beautiful, man. So maybe one day. Jerry, John, I like following you on Instagram. It makes things more personal since we pretty much talk to each other every day. Yeah. You guys can follow my Instagram. I posted on Discord before. I'm not very interesting. I don't actually have Instagram on my phone. I I don't really like enjoy social media. So if you guys follow me, I apologize in advance. As Tyreek Hill selected here at 2.7 because I don't really interact on social media, but I kind of just tell my wife what picture I want to upload. I meant to upload one today, I forgot, or yesterday, but yeah, it's basically just pictures of my baby and my wife, and sometimes I'm in there too. So, but yeah, man, I like you guys following me too. That's cool. Pray, John, I got some Total War pre-workout. What's up, Pray? Have you ever tried it or known about it? Yeah, Total War is Redcon 1 is a good brand. It's a good pre-workout. I like Redcon 1 a lot. What's up, Pray? Good to see you, bro. Are there a lot of beaches in Virginia? Not really, no. But we are actually going to a beach in Virginia. Where usually we go to North Carolina, but it's a much farther drive. So we're going to go to a beach we've never been to before. It's like a private beach. For just, since we had the baby and everything, a little bit of a shorter overall drive. Emil, what's going on? Good evening, good evening. Appreciate you being here. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Hop in the live chat. We're having some good combos tonight. Hit that like button for me. Hop in the live chat. Let me know what's going on. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join the Catch fam. I'm about to unfollow Spencer. He doesn't post at all. All right. Oh, wow. Nick Chubb's off the board at 2.9 to Jerry going double running back. We got Deebo Samuel and A.J. Brown, two receivers with a ton of upside to Spencer. Add a lot. I mean, that's a nice little stack to add to already having JT as your RB1. Spence, I haven't posted in 2 years. I hate social media. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I wasn't on social media for like the past 5 years. It was like a really big deal that I made an Instagram account. Pray, it's good for the performance, but the taste is terrible. Just dry scoop it and chug it down with some water, man. It's got black pepper extract. Yeah, that black pepper extract's going to help your body metabolize everything that's in there a lot faster. That's why they put it in there. Smokey says Big Bear is a lot of fun. Justin, I do not partake in the social media either. Yeah, YouTube's really my main social media. For a really long, 3-4 years maybe, all I had on my phone was fantasy football apps and YouTube. Hence why we are here today. All right, A.J. Brown was the first selection of the third round, followed by Keenan Allen to Jerry, a nice wide receiver one there. Derek's going receiver, tight end, QB, and Josh Allen. Smokey's on the clock. He takes Lenny Fournette. I was a little worried going Kelsey here at 2.6 that I was going to miss an RB2 that I was confident in, but luckily my boy James Conner, who is for some reason ranked 53 overall on Sleeper, falls here. I'll take him all day long. Smokey, I personally really thought you were going to take Lenny Fournette or Conner there, and I was worried that one of the other two would get picked before you picked at 3.4, but it ended up working out for me. All right, Jay Speezy on the clock. Jerry John dresses a lot better in real life than he does on the streams. Yeah, for the streams, usually I just throw on like a black shirt or like a comfortable Nike shirt or a jersey. I also have been putting in AC unit upstairs because for whatever reason the airflow just doesn't reach the upstairs too well. So I have to dress super cool at the same time. But especially since the summer's creeping up very quickly, I've got to get that AC unit put in up here, man. That's like a window unit. I've had it for since we've moved in. I haven't put it in. So maybe that'll change things a bit because I really prefer to wear a hoodie all the time, but I can never do that during the summer. I'm a winter guy all the way around. Spencer, only way I'll post on social media consistently is if I'm trying to use it for some sort of income. Fair enough. Pray's got me scrubbing my mouth. Just use the smallest amount of water possible and chug it down, man. Let's see. Smokey, you know me well. Yeah. I was concerned there. Mike Evans goes at 3.6 to Justin. Jerry, should I have taken Fournette or Connor over Chubb? I wouldn't necessarily say so. I would put Chubb right in that same tier with Fournette and Connor, so I think you're fine there. Yeah, I think you're fine. Senior Simba, I knew you were going to take Connor. I could not pass him up, man. Double running back with a stud tight end. I'm happy with that, man. I'm a hoodie or joggers or hoodie and shorts guy. Anything else feels weird. Yeah. I basically am on the same boat there. Yeah. Although I have to wear, I wear dress pants, khakis to work, so I'm in those a lot as well. All right, Javonte Williams falls all the way to 3.7. His draft value is really falling back. Pray AC units are expensive. They are a little pricey. Let's see. Derek says, glad you didn't know. Jerry thought about going Josh Allen. There you go. Pray, I got the worst flavor according to reviews. I got blue lemonade. Yeah, they have like 100 flavors, and some of them are bad, but there are some really good ones too. I don't know any at the top of my head. It's been a while since I've used it, but they have some good flavors. Just that one does not sound good though. All right, George Kittle off the clock here, third tight end of the draft at 3.8, followed by Aaron Jones at 3.9, then Zeke at 3.10. Kelvion going heavy running back, mixing Kamara and Jones. Andrew getting her first running back of the night, and Zeke. Followed by David Montgomery, so 2 running backs on the board for Andrea as well. I feel like I'm losing my football knowledge the more we draft. Why's that? Kyle Pitts, the 4th tight end off the board. Let's see. You can get an AC unit for like $100. They ain't bad, just buy the newest one. Yeah, my window one was like $250. It wasn't that expensive. I didn't know. I just walked into GNC, seen Total War Blue Lemonade, and was like, yum. That's how they get you, bro. All right. Into the 4th round. So we've seen Monty and Kyle Pitts off the board. Plenty of talent hanging around still. There goes Michael Pittman, Senior Cinnabon's first receiver on his squad. Claiborne is on the clock. Pray, John, I finally listened to you and got wrist wraps. My bench max went up almost 20 pounds. Yeah, it does a lot for you, man. And it's really good for your long-term health as well. In terms of your wrist health, that is. Windows ones works great. Now, if you are getting one for the entire house, it's a different story. Oh, yeah. We actually, when we bought our house, the first week before we even moved in, the AC unit broke. It cost a couple $1,000s to get a new one. So, yes, AC units for entire houses are expensive. Do not let them break. Or don't buy a house that has a broken one, because it's not fun. Yeah, it was like, I don't remember off the top of my head. It was like at least $4,000. So, but it's also nice to have a brand new AC unit for your house as well. So, Pray, I'll send you a video of me benching 115. My form is much better. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I see you still on Discord. I'll check it out after the stream for sure, my dude. Spence, yeah, they're usually like $3,000 to $4,000. Yeah, it was $4,000 if I remember correctly. So that was not fun. We don't even have AC in our house. That's not good, Spence. Claiborne taking this all the way down. Goes Justin Herbert, first QB for his team, second QB in the draft at 4.4. Not a bad selection at all. Okay, I got to think of who I'm going to draft here. See who Justin takes here. Well, they haven't moved Hopkins down. They've still got him up at 30. Josh Jacobs, a good pick, man. I was just eyeing Josh Jacobs for either the 4th or 5th round, but it's a good pick. This is tough. I'm going to go Scary Terry. I'm going to get a receiver off the board. Give me Scary Terry. Max is 150 now. Let's go, Pray. I bought a hand gripper supposed to make your bench more and grow your forearms. I'll have to look into that. Smokey, I knew he wouldn't make it back to me talking about Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I would consider him at 4.6, but I was thinking of going receiver no matter what, then trying to snag Jacobs, see if he would fall at 5.5. So if that's your guy in the RB2 that you wanted, then it was definitely a good decision to go ahead and draft him. So there goes Breece Hall at 4.7, the first rookie taken off the board tonight. Plenty of talent available. We've got 2 QBs off the board, 4 tight ends, plenty of running backs and receivers. as we approach the end of the fourth round. Derek's on the clock. Got one receiver, one tight end, one QB. Let's see where Derek goes. Pretty balanced team overall. Just no running backs. And Saquon's off the board. I knew Hall wasn't coming back to me, but I was hoping. Yeah. I mean, really with Hall, we've seen him go anywhere in the third round, usually the end of the third round, up until I would say the beginning of the sixth round. But it also depends on how many people we're drafting with as well. Jerry, I went to go watch this Vietnamese horror movie last Friday, and I was the only one in the theater. It was an awful movie. Well, it sounds like an experience, to say the least. All right, Jerry on the clock here. 2 running backs. 1 receiver goes Patty Mahomes at 4.9. I thought about snagging Patrick up at 4.6. But I think in a 10-man draft for me, I'd rather hold off at QB. But at the same time, I've been doing more drafts where I'm going tight end and QB early. But I went ahead and went receiver tonight. But a good selection nonetheless there. Patrick Mahomes, Darren Waller, Spencer's first tight end, 5th tight end off the board at 4.10. As we get into the 5th round, first selection off the board is Antonio Gibson at 5.1. Senior Cinnabon, I watched Doctor Strange today. Jerry asked, what do you think? I still haven't seen it. I still haven't watched Spider-Man. Every weekend, every day off I get, I'm like, I'm going to watch Spider-Man. Still haven't. I'll probably have to wait till Doctor Strange is out of theaters as well. But I do definitely want to see it. Jerry goes Zach Ertz at 5.2. Gets his tight end. Tight end that he has conviction in. I think generally we've seen probably... I don't know, man. I think Ertz is right in that same tier as like Hawkinson, Goddard, Schultz, Knox, and Gesicki. So if that's your guy, go get him. We've probably seen him go a little bit later, but I think it's a fine pick nonetheless. There goes Eli Mitchell. I'll say if Mitchell fell to 5.5, I would have definitely taken him, Derek. So I think it's a good selection. Running back starting to dry up a bit, as we usually see around this time. So Chris Godwin off the board at 5.4. I think Smokey the Cat Cat's building a nice team right there. All right, I'm going to go receiver here. I'm going to take T. Higgins off the board. Give me my wide receiver 2. I love him as a wide receiver 2 or a flex option. So I'm pretty happy with Higgins at 5.5. Jerry, to be honest, I'm giving the next Marvel movie a chance, but I'm definitely losing interest. Fair enough. I do think you should watch some of the TV shows on Disney Plus. I think they're really good. Don't watch the second post-credit scene, says Senior Cinnabum. Jerry, if you're not up to date with the comics, everything is so confusing. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Vision and the Scarlet Witch are probably my favorite Marvel characters. So I definitely want to see the new Doctor Strange and get caught up with Wanda. And I thought WandaVision was one of the best things to come out of the MCU period, but I'm also a little biased there as well. So I'm behind, man. I haven't even watched Spider-Man. I'm super behind. I was going to go Higgins, but I already got 2 wide receivers. Should have gone Javonte Williams round 3 and Higgins round 5. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Gibson, but or A.J. Brown, but Williams and going Higgins, I think I'd like that set up a little bit better. I think I agree with you. All right, so Deontay Johnson at 5.6. Cam Akers at 5.7. Spencer, but I still really like my picks. Yeah, either way, I think it's a good team, man. Either way, I think it's a good team. But yeah, I think JT, Debo, Javonte, Darren Waller, T. Higgins. I mean, either way you look at it, it's a good squad, man. Man, I think the Javonte route provides you more upside potentially at running back, and then maybe the A.J. Brown side presents you. I think he presents a little bit more upside than T. Higgins, but they're still, I would say, in my eyes, relatively similar. But I think Higgins you get more at more of a discount. All right, Jalen Waddle going at 5.8. Senior Cinnabon, second receiver off the board. Kelvin goes DK Metcalf at 5.9, and Andrea's on the clock. Senior Cinnamon says Spider-Man is amazing. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I'm so behind. It's ridiculous, man. Ertz is going to get all the looks with Hopkins being gone, says Jerry. He'll definitely get more targets. It's going to be really interesting to see how that offense unfolds. So Andrew goes DJ Moore. Yeah, when we're looking at the Cardinals, right, I mean, you got still got Trey McBride sitting behind Zach Ertz. So it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. You got Hollywood Brown there. You got Rondell Moore. You got A.J. Green. There's still plenty of options. And obviously James Conner gets some looks out of the backfield as well. Kyler Murray runs around also. So it'll be interesting to see how that offense looks without Hopkins and with Hopkins. But I think Ertz is a fine pick at 5.2. All right, into the 6th round, we got Travis Etienne off the board at 6.1. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6.2. Allen Robinson at 6.3. Emil says Rondell Moore is a sleeper for sure. Yeah, I think those first couple of games he's going to be in a good spot. And he's kind of an interesting player. You know, he can do a lot of different things. I can use him in a lot of different ways. So he doesn't have to necessarily be getting targets to be beneficial, so to speak. All right, I got to think of who in the heck I'm going to draft. I probably need a receiver on this team. Oh, wait, I got T. Higgins. I can really go wherever I want. Yeah. Kind of do anything here. I'm in a good spot, in my opinion. All right. We'll see who Claiborne and Justin go with. And I'm going to have to make a decision. Hard to say. Running backs are not that attractive. Receivers, I feel, are really deep. That's the thing, man. An 8-man or 10-man draft, like receivers, you can just stack up. QBs are looking pretty good. We only have 3 QBs off the board. Drake London off the board, the second rookie taken in tonight's draft. I like that selection at 6.4. Jerry, I wonder what Steven is up to right now. Who knows? All right, Kyler Murray's off the board. Hit him up on Discord, man. He might get back to you. Whew. Might go QB here. When is J.K. Dobbins supposed to play? May open camp. He's on track to start. They have like 17 running backs on that team. Which concerns me. He's kind of an interesting pick right here. Wide receiver. Like I said, I feel like I can hold off. No reason to draft a tight end. This is tough. This is really tough. I'm going to go QB. I'm going to take Joe Burrow. Get the Burrow and Higgins stack. Why not? It's a tough decision for me there, man. Could get another receiver, but I just drafted 2. I feel like there's going to be plenty of receivers throughout this draft that I'm happy with. Running backs, I just didn't want to pull the trigger there. I mean, I guess J.K. Dobbins would be worth it, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of scared of that backfield. I mean, we know they're going to run the football a ton there in Baltimore, but they got a lot of running backs, and they got a QB who runs the crap out of the football too, in Lamar Jackson. So I don't know. All right, Mari Cooper at 6.7. Derek, I didn't say anything. Didn't want to call you out. Didn't want to give away where I thought you were going, but I knew you were going Treylon Burks at 6.8, especially after Drake London got selected. I knew that's where you're going. So third rookie off the board at 6.8 to Derek with Treylon Burks. Emil John, I don't understand how the Michael Thomas injury can take so long given modern Medicare. What do you think? Yeah, I wonder when he'll start practicing again. 9 days ago, Dennis Allen noted that Saints feel good about where Thomas's ankle stands in terms of his injury rehab, but acknowledge that there's still a few hurdles ahead for the wideout. With that in mind, it seems as though Thomas, who didn't play last season, will be limited to some degree upon his return to the field. However, in the absence of any Setbacks in the coming months, the 29-year-old appears poised to reclaim a spot atop the Saints wideout depth chart, which was recently bolstered by team selection of Chris Olave, and obviously in recent days, Jarvis Landry as well. And don't get me wrong, man, Traquan Smith and Marquez Callaway can play some football too. So, I don't know, Emil. It is interesting, but, I mean, ankle injuries, they can linger. I guess that's the best way of going over that, is those injuries can certainly linger. All right, Mike Williams goes 6.9. I like that selection. I thought about him at 6.6. Spencer willing to pull the trigger at 6.10 with J.K. Dobbins and steals my QB2 of the night and Jalen Hurts with the first selection in the 7th round. 2 good picks there by Spencer and a good pick by Jerry as well. I really want to draft rookies in the drafts, but by the time I feel fine with my team, they're all gone. Fair enough, man. Yeah. I think there are some later round guys. Jahan Dotson, George Pickens. Kenneth Walker's starting to slip back a little bit. You've got the Falcons running back. There goes Hollywood Brown, another nice selection by Jerry. You got the Texans running back. I think there's some late round guys that you can still snag up towards the end of the draft, but I think will hold some value as well. So, might be some names you can start to take a look at. Is Kenneth Walker, who I just mentioned, goes at 7.3 to Derek. Derek, is going Burks. Yeah, bro, I knew it. When you get the wow sound effect, does that mean you made a bad pick? It does, but it's going off of last year's selections, Jerry. Or last year's ranking, so I wouldn't worry about it. All right, Juju off the board to Smokey. A lot of interesting names hanging around. I'm going to go double QB. Call me crazy. I'm going to go Lamar Jackson. All right, Cortland Sutton's off the board. I don't know why I just went double QB. Don't ask me why, because I never do that. But we're playing around tonight. That's what these mock drafts are for. Between 2 options and neither would make it back, says Smokey. I'm fine with Juju. I'm starting to actually kind of like him at the right price. And looking at your team, you kind of need a third receiver on top of Hill, Godwin, and Cooper, because Godwin is going to miss some time at the beginning of the season. So I think it's a good selection for you there, man. Spencer, the sound effects are if it's either a really good or bad pick. Yeah, there's like a cheering one. And then there's like the wow, which is like going off the rankings, a bad selection. But like I said, most of them are going off of last year's rankings. All right, Garrett Wilson off the board at 7.7. Russell Wilson goes at 7.8. I'll be interested to see if we see a little bit of a run on QB soon or not. All right, let me take a sip of water. Refreshing. There goes Hunter Renfrow at 7.9. I think that's a good pick, Kelvion. And Andrea's on the clock at 7.10. All right, Dalton Schultz off the board. What a good stream we're having tonight, boys and girls. Hop in the live chat. Let me know what's up, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Come join the Catch fam. Really, really do appreciate it if you guys do hit that subscribe button and you're just hanging out near the channel. And, of course, hit that like button. Let's try and get as many likes on tonight's stream as possible. All right, Andrea takes her first tight end in Dalton Schultz and her QB in Tom Brady. Jerry Judy's off the board. Kelvion making a run at receiver with Metcalf, St. Brown, Renfrow, and Jerry Judy all gone. And Senor Cinnabon off the board. Or on the board, I should say. Jerry says, good pick, Andrea Schultz is tight end 3 in my heart. He had a monster season last year, man. I was lucky enough to have him on my team. But, yeah. Number 3 in PPR last season and in standard. And really, like, gosh, these first couple of weeks were crazy. Yeah, and he really finished off the season strong as well. So hopefully he can repeat that. I do feel like the Cowboys offense is being kind of like forgotten about almost from a fantasy perspective. Like no one's really talking about them. And they're still a pretty loaded offense, you know? I mean, Prescott can play football. Zeke and Pollard, a good backfield. The offensive line has some issues, which they addressed to some degree in the draft. I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb still as a wide receiver 1, even with Amari Cooper out of there. I think Michael Gallup's a very serviceable wide receiver 2. You add James Washington, it's going to be interesting, right? And they drafted a receiver as well. So I just feel like they've been forgotten about, where like last season they were an offense a lot of fantasy managers, a lot of people in the community were talking about going into last season as well. And then, Dalton Schultz, a great tight end as well. So I just think that's kind of interesting. Then no one's really even talking about them from the defensive side of things, which I don't think they'll repeat what they did last season. But at the same time, they had a monster season defensively last year. So I don't know, man. Maybe we'll start to chatter about that a little bit more. Emil says, I like Andrea's team. Andrea says, I like Goddard too. Yeah, I like Goddard as well. Goddard and Schultz, NFC East tight ends to draft. Senior Cinnabon says, I'm taking a risk with Patty and Cheese. Yeah, so we did kind of get, Ronald brought this up the other night, that Patterson is supposedly going to be spending less time at running back, and they want to use him more as a wideout. So I'm a little, you guys know that I liked Cordell Patterson a lot throughout the offseason, but at this point in time, I don't know. I'm a little scared of Patterson after getting that news. So I think at 8.3, that's fine, especially with the fact that you're sitting with 2 running backs on your roster. But I'm still a little scared of Patty and Cheese, man. Yeah. All right, I got to think about who I'm going to draft, and I don't know who I'm going to draft. All right, Chris Olave's gone. Jace Speezy's on the board. Cowboys are my team, and I don't think we're going to be that good this year. We need Cooper as number 1. Lamb is not a number 1 receiver to me. Just Juju. When Brown left, Juju wasn't the same. Coming from a true Cowboys fan. I'm going to go DeAndre Hopkins here. Take a risky pick that's going to miss 6 games, but will hopefully pay off in the latter half of the season. Yeah, man. I like CeeDee Lamb a lot, but it will be interesting to see how he plays having to step up as a true wide receiver 1. So, for you being a Cowboys fan, I hope it works out. And from a lot of fantasy manager standpoints, I hope it pays off as well. I think he'll be fine from a fantasy standpoint. I think he'll garner the targets and make the most out of them, but it will be interesting to see. Spence, he's 31 as well. I'm low on Cordero. Law of diminishing returns. Yeah, you had to expect regression from what he did last season, no matter what. But at the same time, as long as he stayed with the Falcons, I liked him. But now I'm worried about him. And the age is a big factor. You're right about that. Jerry, I had some mid-season drafts last season. I remember Patterson going in the top 2 to 3 rounds. Shake my head. Yeah, overall, last season he was balling out, man. So it totally makes sense that in mid-season drafts he was going that early. Jerry says, Derek with the hot take. Michael Thomas here at 8.8, and Brandon Cooks went at 8.7. I think Brandon Cooks is a really good pick at 8.7. Justin says Gallup is really underrated. Derek says Gallup is always hurt. He does get hurt a lot. He's a good receiver, and he's got good chemistry with Dak Prescott, which is, of course, important, too, as Jerry takes Darnold and Mooney. So I think where you can draft Michael Gallup from a fantasy standpoint, he's worth the selection. He's falling pretty low for a wide receiver, too, and an offense that throws the football a lot, Spence, I'm eating the spicy barbecue ruffle, and I got Jason Tatum's stupid smiling face staring at me. All right. I've been kind of all over the place with this draft. Let's see. Dang it, Spencer. I really wanted A.J. Dillon on this team, and I was going to pick him at 8.6 or even 7.5, but I kept pushing it back. I really wanted him as my RB3. I should have known better, man. I thought maybe you're suited up with 3 running backs there, but it's a good pick nonetheless. And now running backs look just awful to me. Just awful. Rashad Bateman off the board to start the 9th round. 2 good picks there by Spence. Mooney had some good games last season. Yeah, I love Mooney as a wide receiver 1. For the Bears, for your fantasy team, I like him more as a wide receiver, 2, 3, or 4. So the position you're in, he's a great receiver for you to have, as you select Damian Harris at 9.2. After the review, I'm sick. I had to drop out. My boy had me go out for drinks. I'm going to soon show everyone my elite fantasy skills. No worries, bro. No worries. I appreciate you swinging by and letting us know. It happens, man. It's no worries at all. We look forward to having you in the future, and I hope you feel better, my dude. Thanks for letting me know, though. Appreciate you swinging by. Senior Cinnabon, I'm sitting in my bed while Brian Urlacher stares at me. That sounds actually terrifying. All right, let me see. I don't need a QB at all. Running backs are growth. Wow, I can't talk gross. Just disgusting. Tight ends are interesting. Receivers are still deep, but overall the thinnest position. In honor of after the review hopping in, I'm going to pick a Viking, and I'm going to go Adam Thielen here as my wide receiver 4. All right. You really think I'm not taking my boy? Come on, John, says Spence. Yeah. I don't know, man. I knew in my heart I should have picked him in the 7th or 8th round. But it's a good pick nonetheless. I really like A.J. Dillon right now as a RB3, as a RB4. He's going to get a ton of production even when Jones is playing, but he's also going to have those weeks where he just pops off. And he's as good of a 50-50 committee backfield as you're going to get, probably right next to Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, who just got selected at 9.6. So, yeah, I know if you're in the draft, I got to keep an eye on A.J. Dillon. But I thought I had a chance to go ahead and snag up Hopkins, get some upside for the latter half of the season at the receiver position, and still be able to grab Dillon at 9.5, and you crushed my dreams there, but no worries. Senior Cinnabon, I love Mooney the first season he played, and I knew he was going to be great. Yeah, I think the only thing I worry about is just that offensive line, the way that offense is moving as a direction. But at the end of the day, for Darnell Mooney, he's got that chemistry with Justin Fields, and I think that's really all that matters. Even if that offense is awful, he's going to garner the targets on a consistent basis, and that's really all that matters from a fantasy standpoint. All right, Jameson Williams, Alexander Madison, Aaron Rodgers, Tony Pollard, all off the board here. Starting to see a lot of those handcuff 50-50 type running backs go in the 9th round. Harris, Penny, Gordon, Madison, Pollard off the board. And there goes Devonta Smith, I think a really good value at 10.1. Let's see. I wanted Thomas and Hopkins with Dillon. Now I ain't got to worry about running back depth. Not at all, man. Not at all. Ronald, what's up, baby? What's up? Yo, John with the haircut. Yeah, wife and I touched it up this weekend. It was long overdue. So I was rocking the hat, but it's hot up here, man. I had to take the hat off there. Senior Simba, not picking Madison in the 8th round was my risk. Ooh, Dawson Knox, a nice pick. I almost went Dawson Knox over Thielen to get that double tight end advantage. And Kelsey and Knox just sounds like a lethal combo, but Pitts and Knox, very nice as well. All right, there goes Kareem Hunt. I know if you leave Madison hanging around, he's probably the hottest handcuff in fantasy football. Like, I don't really consider like Tony Pollard or A.J. Dillon handcuffs, because they're going to get playing time either way, but I consider Madison a true handcuff, and I think he's the best handcuff to draft. And the fact that you have Dalvin Cook gives you that kind of elite advantage as well as on top of that. All right, I got to get some running backs on my squad here, so I don't like any of these guys, but I'll go Michael Carter just for some depth. All right, let's see. all rookie wide receivers either going to have the best team of all time or the worst. Yeah, man. If you got the conviction, go get your rookies. All right, CH is gone. We're going to see running backs really dry up, I think, after this round. They really started to dry up in the 9th round. All right, man. I got to get some receivers on my squad. It's starting to get a little bit thin there. And I still need some running backs. And there ain't many tight ends that I'm confident in if I wanted a second tight end. All right, James Cook, Jacoby Myers, Gabe Davis. I shouldn't have even queued up Christian Watson. I knew Spencer was going to take him at 11.1. Ronald Jones off the board at 11.2. That's a nice pick by Jerry. Spoke with the Cat. CH might be a thing. He might. I'm worried about the Chiefs' backfield from a fantasy perspective. Between CH and Ronald Jones, I don't know who the guy is going to be. All right, Sky Moore, Chase Claypool off the board here. I'll go Bobby Trees here. Yeah, when you look at the running back room, you got Derek Gore there as well. I don't think he's going to make too much of an impact, but probably going to be committee approach. Is Williams still on the Chiefs? Did he get cut? I don't know. But if he's there, it's even more of a problem. For whatever reason, I'm kind of gravitating towards Ronald Jones when it comes to that backfield, but it could be CH. I just think it's a gamble, man. It's a true committee approach. There's no way that does not end up being a committee approach. But who knows? Last season, I liked Ronald Jones more than Leonard Fournette in that backfield, when I had to choose between the two. And I was wrong about that. So, we'll see. There goes Mike Gesicki, a good pick at 11.6. Let's see. Senior Simon, damn, I just added Sky right as he was taken. Yeah, I basically did the same thing. It's a good pick there by Derek. Miles Sanders not getting picked is so weird to see. So much potential. Yeah, I thought about him at 10.6 and 11.5, but I couldn't pull the trigger. I just couldn't pull the trigger. I just think it's going to be too much back and forth with that backfield. All right, we only have 3 more rounds. I can only pick 3 more players. Really only 2 more and then a kicker defense. So looking at this 10-man draft, we still got Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Trey Lance, Deshaun Watson, Cousins, and Carr available. Running backs are pretty thin here. I mean, there's really nobody. Wide receivers are deep. Tyler Lockett, Elijah Moore, Michael Gallup, Odell, Tyler Boyd, DJ Chark, George Pickens, John Dotson, Christian Kirk, Tim Patrick. Definitely the deepest position at this point in the draft. Tight ends are pretty thin. QB and receiver are pretty deep. There goes Dak Prescott to Claiborne. Rolling out with the 2 QB squad and Herbert and Prescott. Senior Cinnabon, can I pick 4 more players? Yes, you can punt a kicker and defense if you so wish. Senior Cinnabon takes the first kicker off the board and Justin Tucker. A good selection if you want your kicker early. Want to start a run on kickers. Tucker's probably the guy to do so. Still finishes kicker number 3. Man, I had a week last year where if I dropped Justin Tucker for Jake Elliott, and if I hadn't done so, I would have won my matchup. And I still haven't forgotten about that. Elver, what's up, baby? Appreciate you swinging by. Josh Allen, the unanimous QB1. Yes. Yes. Just yes. Don't really think it matters where you look. He is basically your QB1 on all platforms. You could argue for Mahomes. You could argue for Justin Herbert. But generally speaking, that's going to be your guy. All right, Elijah Moore falls all the way to 11.9. I think that's really good value, Kelvion. Miles Sanders finally gets picked up by Andrew at 11.10. Gronk off the board at 12.1. Also, Alan Lazard goes at 12.2. George Pickens goes at 12.3. I love that selection, Senior Cinnabon. And we will see where Claiborne goes at 12.4. Ronald, it's almost like someone was saying that all last year. That was your guy last year, man. Would you pick Josh Allen in the second round? You know, by the time we're actually like doing real drafts, you're probably gonna have to consider it. If you want him that bad. I mean, people took Mahomes that early last season and the year before. So, Ronald, if it was like the last pick or next to last, I would. Yeah, especially the end of the second. And it depends on if, obviously, if you're 8, 10, 12, 14 team leagues, of course. But, yeah, if that's your guy, you're probably going to have to consider getting him in the second. I like him more in the third, but if you might have to go out and get him in the second at the end of the day. Let's see here. Let me get the music back on. There we go. Jay Dotson, question mark, John, question mark, question mark. Yeah, Jahan Dotson right here. Oh, like Jay Dawson, my name. Okay, I get what you're saying. All right, I kind of am forced to pick a running back here. A lot of receivers I like, but I kind of need to get a running back. I'm going to go James Robinson. Matthew's staph infection all the way at 12.7 to Smokey the Cat Cat. Devin Singletary's off the board at 12.8. And I'm trying to crack my neck. Running backs dried up pretty quickly in tonight's draft, man. As usual, there goes Tyler Boyd, a good pick at 12.9. Really good value, in my opinion. Christian Kirk, a good pick at 12.10 to Spence. Been a good draft tonight, guys. And Derek Carr, QB2 for Spence at 13.1. And where does Jerry go at 13.2? I feel like since it's a 10-man draft, we're going to see a lot of teams punt a kicker in defense, or a kicker or a defense. There goes Jarvis Landry at 13.2. I don't know where I'm going to go. Where's my roster? That's a pretty good looking team. All right, Derek's on the clock at 13.3. Ronald 10th at the earliest. Is that in reference to Josh Allen? There goes Hunter Henry. I think that's a good pick. I'm still a little worried about Hawkins and Smokey, so I think having those two tight ends is a good route to go. I don't know who to pick. Give me the Bills. I'm going to go defense. Get the first defense off the board. Give me the Bills. It really could be the Chargers, the Bills, the Patriots, the Colts. I think in most cases it'll probably be the Bills, though. Maybe the Rams, but probably not. I do need to sit down and really look at the easiest schedules for the beginning of the year for defenses in terms of offenses they're going to face. Although you can look at all of that early and then things could change, and next year is the complete opposite of last year. But Off the top of my head, I like the Broncos' early schedule and the Ravens as well. If you're going to punt a defense and try and stream, I think those are two teams to keep your mind on for now. But I'll need to get that put together pretty soon here. All right. In the middle, we're kind of past the middle. What am I saying? At 13.7. Claiborne is on the clock. We'll see what happens here. I like this team I put together. A little worried about running back, although I think Eckler and Connor would be fine. Just have to keep someone on the bench in terms of in case of any injuries. So I've got two handcuff situations in Carter and Robinson, or maybe not handcuff, 50-50 committee approaches. We'll see. Receivers, I like all these guys, but I will say I'm lacking youth on this team. I mean, McLaurin and Higgins, the younger guys, they'd probably be my starters. Then Hopkins, Thielen, or Woods probably be the flex. But, of course, working with the waiver wire, find different flexes and different running backs as well for this squad. QB, I think we're absolutely fine for the whole season with Burrow and Jackson. Tight end should be fine with Kelsey. And went out and got a defense. Took the first defense off the board, which I don't recommend doing. So I did it last year in my personal league with the Rams, and it didn't really pay off at all, and I never do it. So, but nonetheless, it did in tonight's mock draft. So, Spence, the Packers either play great teams or terrible teams this coming year. Yeah, and the Packers defense played well last season from a fantasy perspective as well. So, they're another team to take a look at as well. All right, let's see. In a 10-man draft, we've got Isaiah Spiller, Chase Edmonds, Ramondre Stevenson, Odell, Michael Gallup, Kirk Cousins, all available. DJ Chark, Trevor Lawrence, Russell Gage, Noah Fant, Albert O, Rondell Moore, Tua, Noah Fant still available, Mac and Cheese, Marlon Mack. Hayden Hurst moved up the list a little bit. Let's go. Logan Thomas, Naheem Hines, Evan Ingram, Robert Tonyan, Tim Patrick, Van Jefferson, Khalil Herbert, nice handcuff situation. KJ Osborne, we still got plenty of players hanging around, but for the most part, really for a 10-man draft, we really ate up almost all the talent. So there goes Harrison Butker at 13.9, Trey Lance went at 13.8, Kirk Cousins gone at 13.10. A nice QB2 behind Tom Brady for Andrew there. Packers defense is going to be amazing next season. I like them, man. They're a good sleeper team. They play well. Senior Simba, I just hate the Packers. Stokes is going to be the best cornerback 2 in the league, and Jair is easily top 3. I love Jair Alexander. I think he's he does not get enough praise, man. All right, Kenny Gallaudet goes at 14.1. Then second defense off the board, New England Patriots to Kelvin. And the Rams to Senior Cinnabon. I think that the Patriots just offer a ton of consistency. Defense number 2 last season. And consistently, 2020 was a down year, but they were missing a lot of players due to COVID. Had a lot of players opt out. So if you take that out of the equation, they've had at least 120 fantasy points since 2017, but more importantly, 140 or more since 2018, except 2020. So they're just extremely consistent year after year, man. So they're one of my kind of preferred defenses to select. My daughter lost her first tooth tonight. Let's go. I'm hype on that, bro. Smoking the Cat. What do you guys rather use as a flex, wide receiver, running back, or high-end tight end? Try to mock pick 12 and when Kelsey and Andrews and team turned out pretty good. Yeah, I would say running back. If you have the right receivers, then receiver. But generally, I'm going to aim towards the running back position. And if you have the right tight ends, then that's fine too. But in terms of coming out of a draft, you're probably going to have to do what you did in that draft and get Andrews and Kelsey to feel confident. Or like Andrews and Kittle, Kelsey and Kittle, maybe Pitts. I think those top 4 guys you can do it with. Outside of that, it can be iffy on a weekly basis. I tend to go running back, but receiver is definitely doable as well. Especially put the thing under the pillow. Yeah, Tooth Fairy's coming tonight, Ronald. Ronald says, I always try to flex running back expenses. I'm a wide receiver flex guy, usually. Justin, depends on format. Standard running back, PPR receiver. Fair. Andrea says she does both. Spencer, depends on matchups. Yeah, these are all true. Wow, Justin. Wow. That was my pick here, man. That was my sleeper pick to finish the draft with, was Tyler Algier. A nice pick at 14.5, man. I like it. I like it. I didn't think anyone was going to take him. I almost took him at 14.6. It's a good pick, man. I like it. All right, so for me, Isaiah Spiller's got some nice upside. Ramondre Stevenson sitting here. Darrell Henderson, Naheem Hines. I want a running back here. I wanted Tyler Algier, but Justin smacked me around there a little bit. So really, like, I don't mind any of these players. I still have faith in Austin Eckler. So I'm not as bullish on Isaiah Spiller as some people might be. I'm going to go Henderson. He's been one of those committee type running backs that I've liked to draft towards the end of draft. So could have gone kicker as well. Plenty of good kickers available. We had a lot of teams punt a kicker tonight, or punt a defense, which is fine. But, I mean, just looking at kickers, Matt Gay just got selected, was the guy I was going to mention. But outside of Matt Gay, Tyler Bass, the Bass Man, Nick Folk, Daniel Carlson, Greg Zuerlein, Robbie Gould, Younghoe Koo. Plenty of kickers he performed last season, although Koo had a bad season last year. Yeah. Plenty of good kickers hanging around too, but oh well. Michael Gallup's off the board. A good pick by Derek there at 14.8. Justin, I'm awake here, no sleeping. Pierce from Houston would have been a good pick too. Yeah, if I wanted a different rookie running back. Rondell Moore goes to Jerry at 14.9. And Russell Gage, the final draft selection tonight by Spencer at 14.10. All right, there we go. Another beautiful 2022 NFL fantasy football draft with you guys, with the Catch fam. Thank you guys so much, of course, for getting this put together tonight. Of course, let me know in the chat if you guys want me to go over your team. John, how can we send you stuff? I want to send you a funny dad shirt, open a P.O. box. I'll look into doing a P.O. box. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll look into it, man. All right, Senior Cinnabon, let me get a drink of water. Deep at running back. All right. I'm going to try and keep track of everyone here. Okay, Senior Cinnabon, we got Cook, Swift, Patterson, Madison, Hunt at running back. So obviously Cook and Swift, beautiful tandem there. You got Madison as a handcuff. Hunt, a nice upside pick at 10.3. Patty and Cheese, a little risky, but I think it is a nice addition to this running back room. Tight end, you got Kittle. You're probably fine there. Just keep in mind he was hurt at some points last season. A little bit thin at receiver, but Pittman, Waddle should be able to get you through at wide receiver 1 and 2. Then Robinson and Pickens are nice flex options, or in any weeks where you don't have Pittman or Waddle. And I think they provide some nice upside as well. Russell Wilson's your QB. You got Trey Lance sit behind him. You're fine at QB. You got Tucker and the Rams defense. Like I said, I'm a little worried about the Rams defense. They look better on paper than they perform, but at the end of the day, you can stream defenses on a weekly basis, so you should be fine. It's a good team. Receivers a little thin. Running back room looks good, and I would consider drafting the tight end too if you do draft George Kittle, but it's still a good team overall, my dude. All right, Derek, how we looking? All right, we got Kupp, Burks, Michael Thomas, Sky Moore, Lockett, and Gallup. So I think you got good, good selections at the receiver. Good value all the way through the draft. Some nice rookies to shake things up with Sky Moore and Treylon Burks. Obviously, you got Cooper Kupp to lead the receiving room, so you're probably going to be fine no matter what. Mark Andrews, your tight end. I don't think you need a tight end 2 in that situation. Josh Allen's your QB1. Don't think you need a QB2 with Josh Allen there. So 3 really good power picks, so to speak, to start this draft in Kupp, Andrews, and Allen. Looking at running back, you got some flyers. You got some handcuff situations. Barkley could really pay off as an RB1, or he could really, really smack you in the face. And you got Eli Mitchell. I like Eli Mitchell at 5.3. I think that's really good value for RB1. Either way, you've got the Seahawks committee and the Bills committee. So I actually like what you did there, man. Uh, you kind of, I guess the only issue there is you have to draft 2 running backs. You know what I'm saying? So could you have added value anywhere else? Potentially, but when you look at what you did in this draft, you didn't really need to. Because you got Kupp, you got Andrews, you got Allen. So it's probably better that you went ahead and ate up those teams' committees. So I like this team. It's going to be interesting to see who your wide receiver 2 would be. You know what I'm saying? But I think one of these receivers would work out. And between the receivers and running backs, you'd have a flex as well. So it's a good team, man. Good team. All right, Jerry, I like my team tonight. Spence says me. Spence, you got JT, Gibson, Dobbins, and Dillon. So I'd be interested to get your feedback on how you feel about that running back room. I think between Gibson, Dobbins, and Dillon, someone would step up and play as an RB2 and potentially have a flex option as well. But I'd be interested to see, what you think about who would step up there. They're all capable of doing it, but obviously you got JT to lead the room, so I think you'll be fine either way. All right, you got Debo, AJ Brown, Bateman, Davis, Christian Watson, Christian Kirk, Russell Gage. You are extreme depth at receiver, no kicker or defense. Obviously, you'd have to drop 2 guys, in a real league and everything. But receiver, you're absolutely fine. Don't even need to go over it. Tight end, Darren Waller would be fine. He did miss a lot of time last season. So for me, if you draft Waller, I try to get a late round guy on top of it as well. At a later point, a Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki, Freiermuth, Noah Fant, whoever it may be, right? QB would be absolutely fine with Jalen Hurts providing that nice upside and Derek Carr offering a lot of consistency. So it's a good team overall, man. All right, let's see. Smokey's got his hand up. Najee Harris, Leonard Fournette, Breece Hall, CH. So running back slightly thin, but at the same time, I like the 3 that you started out with in Najee Harris and Fournette especially. Then I think Breece Hall could step up. I'm not as bullish on CH, but overall, still a good running back room. Receiver, I think you got really good value all the way through the draft. Tyreek Hill, Godwin, Cooper, Juju, Cooks, and Claypool. So some nice upside sprinkled in there, and I think good value in guys like Juju and Cooks. And then staying with your home team in Claypool there as well. I like what you did with tight end, adding Henry on top of Hawkinson. Obviously, Hawkinson with the shoulder injuries last season. I think Henry kind of solidifies that tight end room for you if Hawkinson does miss any time this coming year. Stafford's a fine QB1, and you got him at really good value at 12.7. So I think what you did at QB really worked out for you. Then you got Matt Gay at a kicker. He's an absolute beast. So it's a good team overall, man. Nice receiver depth. Running back slightly thin, but if Breece Hall steps up like most people think he's going to do, then it's a good running back room. So yeah, a good team overall. All right, let's see. Jerry. I'm sorry, Jerry. Oh wait, I missed Kelvion. I'm sorry. All right, Kelvion, then Jerry. All right, so Joe Mixon, Kamara Jones. I love what you did starting off running back heavy there. 3 stud running backs too. Went out and got your tight end 1 in Kyle Pitts, and then later on added Dawson Knox. So I love that tight end room, man. Probably a ton of consistency in Pitts that Knox offers. That extreme upside. So I like that tight end room a lot. I love Knox as a tight end too. If you get one of those top 5 tight ends and then add Dawson Knox, I'm going to like your tight end room a lot. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is going to be completely fine next season, but you could consider getting a second QB in there as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you just want to draft one QB and that's your guy all season long, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, Metcalf, St. Brown, Renfro, Judy, Elijah Moore, and Allen Lazard. I think he got really good value at receiver throughout the draft. I'm fine with DK Metcalf as a receiver 1. I think he's been a little undervalued moving into the season. I think you get a nice upside guy in St. Brown. I think Renfro offers a lot of consistency. Judy's kind of a question mark for me, but could really pay off. Elijah Moore is really good value at 11.9. And then, I think getting Lazard at 12.2 was really good value as well. Looking at who was selected after him, I don't mind Lazard there as well. All right, Butker in the Pats defense, good kicker, good defense. It's a good-looking squad overall. All right, let's see. Jerry, we got Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Damian Harris, Ronald Jones. So running backs a little bit thin. Damian Harris could really pay off at 9.2, as could Ronald Jones at 11.2. But Henry and Chubb, a little bit of injury history, but I'm not really worried about either of them. Chubb plays through injury. Henry, we're not really worried about the injury that we saw last season. Both those guys are going to get fed the rock time after time, game after game. They're part of good enough offenses. Even if they weren't, it's not going to matter. So you basically have your RB1 and RB2 locked down, and then you're hoping that Harris or Jones can step up for you throughout the season as well. Receivers are very deep. We got Allen, Williams, Brown, Mooney, Myers, Boyd, Landry, and more. I think you got really good value at receiver all the way through the draft. And, I mean, your receiver room would be absolutely fine if you came out of a draft. In this fashion, I would say, it can be tough to have Allen and Williams on the same team. Allen's going to be that consistent type guy. Williams going to provide you that upside. But just like choosing on a weekly basis, just deploying wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 from the same team can be a bit of a headache and a little bit risky at the same time. But really looking at your receiver room, I don't think it really matters. Hollywood Brown's there. Donald Mooney's there. I'm not really a fan of Jacoby Myers right now. I'm not drafting him, but could be worth it. But also, the fact that you got Boyd, Landry, and more, you got a lot of receivers. You probably didn't need that many receivers, but at the same time, it's a good receiver room, so I can't really knock it. Patty Mahomes at 4.9. Got no beef with that whatsoever. QB3 in this draft, so I think that's completely fine. Zach Ertz at 5.2. You probably could have gone with a Schultz or Goddard or Hawkinson and then still gotten Zach Ertz at like 6.9, 7.2, or 8.9. But once again, if that's your tight end one that you want to go out and get, I got no problem with that. But if you wanted to go double tight end, you probably easily could have in this draft. But also, looking at rankings, Zach Ertz has been a little bit lower on a lot of rankings. So you could have waited potentially. But once again, you know what I always say. If you got the conviction, then I ain't worried about it, bro. All right, let's see. I forgot they're on the same team. No worries. Andrea, I always draft 2 QBs. All right, so I think I got to everyone there. Spence, I love the running backs because JT is so good. Dobbins, Dillons, Bateman, Watson would be my flex options, likely. Yeah. Like I said, all you need is one of the 3 who aren't JT to step up, and then one of the other 2 would be a really good flex. I think Dobbins and Dillon, or even Gibson, they're all good flex options, right? Especially if one of the 3 steps up. So I'm just interested to get your opinion on it. But yeah, running back room looks solid overall. Ronald, I love a 10-man. He can really kill a 10-man, where a 12-man he can only do so much. Yeah. There's such a disparity between the two. Really, we ate up like all the talent on the board, and but at the same time, it's just not as condensed in a 12-man. So I agree with you there as well. Jerry, I forgot they're on the same team. Yeah, so I already read that. But yeah, Williams and Allen on the same team. But really, I don't think it hurts your team too much. But from a realistic standpoint, like if you didn't land Brown, Mooney, Boyd, Landry, Moore, Myers, all those guys, then it could be a problem in a real live draft and everything. You know what I'm saying? Jerry, that was my conviction. Then stick with it, my dude. All right. I don't know why I just yelled, but I did. So that'll do it. We'll go and wind down tonight's stream. Hit that like button, guys, if you didn't do so already. Hit that subscribe button, of course, if you're new to the channel. Both those things really, really do help us out here at the Catch. Come join the Catch fam on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much, of course, for getting this put together. Another beautiful 2022 fantasy football mock draft with you guys. Just appreciate everything that you guys do. Appreciate everything that you guys do for the community, for the channel. And love you guys. Love this community. Love this channel. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll let you guys know what time. I'm trying to let you guys know ahead of time. Or at least schedule the stream so you guys can see what time I'm going to be on. And I'll do a mock draft or something tomorrow. So we'll hang out tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And Discord link in the description down below. You guys know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the Discord channel. If you guys want to mock draft with us in the future, that's the best way to get the link. And I do want to do, so today's Sunday, I want to do another subscriber mock draft this week. But it probably won't be Monday or Tuesday. Obviously, we'll do Wednesday nights as usual. And then I'm thinking maybe Saturday night we do another subscriber mock draft. And then Friday night I'm going to do some underdog drafts. And any of you guys who want to join those can join those with me as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on Discord, and we'll go from there. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Love the Catch fam. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. With that, I got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.